So what I'm trying to say is buy a journal and find out your why.
I mean, like it's, you know, a lot of people don't maybe, you know, they'll see sort of saying, look, buy a journal is, hey, look, I've got a journal to sell. The reality of this is, like, we came to this point because we tried to find a format that works. And throughout time, lots and lots of people have kind of dialed in the format, and it's loosely sort of out there. And we tend to be refining that process to the point where you go, see, if I wanted to do this and I didn't know all the framework, is there like a place that I could do it? And you would go, get yourself a journal.
Yeah.
Because there's a format that if you make the commitment to doing this, because like, see, filling in a journal is a big commitment.
Yeah.
It's a big commitment to put in to make the call. Then you buy the journal.
Yeah.
Then you need to go through the bomb scare that is you that got you to the point of why you need the journal in the first place. You need to unpack that and put it down into words. You need to be honest with yourself. You need to have a look in the mirror and go, look, I made some bad choices. And that's okay. We all make mistakes, we're human. Right? But you're at a different stage because everybody else is all making bad choices and they're ignoring it, or they've sort of they want to attach victimhood that they couldn't do it because of blah. Fill in the blank of whatever the victim mentality is. You're not there. You've decided you're not going to be a victim anymore. You've decided you're taking charge of this. Exactly. You've decided that enough's enough, and you're made that commitment to the point where you may be buying the combat journal and you're going, right, I'm going to go through this. That's a big commitment. See if you get to that point where you're filling in that book.
Fitting that into your daily routine as well is a huge commitment. The fact that you're setting aside a time every day or every other day to sit down and to do some journaling is a massive commitment to you. And I think it's almost like the first step in any 12-step program is accepting responsibility and accountability and realizing you want to change. And that's ultimately what you're doing when you're sitting down to journal. You're realizing that not only you're dealing with, say, past events or past trauma, but you're making yourself a better you for tomorrow, and you're building up your resilience to be able to handle the struggles that you might impact tomorrow, or pushing your sights on what you're actually able to achieve rather than just coasting through life. So if you, again, back to the why of when I ran from Portobello Beach to Glasgow, I didn't really have a reason why I was doing it. I was just doing it because it was something that I always wanted to do. So because I didn't have my reasoning behind it, I didn't complete it. I didn't finish what I set out to do. But because
what do you ask yourself at that point? You get to the point, you've run 50 miles, and what's the? I know exactly what you go. You go, why am I doing this?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have the why.
I didn't have a why.
You don't have the, I'm doing it because
I wasn't raising money for charity. I wasn't doing it. It was the furthest I'd ever ran. So it was already an achievement for myself. I've already took something away from it.
And you start listening to your bullshit. You started listening, my hips are sore, it's all in tarmac, who I started to run with isn't there. What, you're just in the excuse books. That's like, tell me what else you got. Bring it in. Bring it in. You are copping out. Right, you know you've got more in the tank. You know that you can do this. You are copping out.
That was
right, and then it's the reason that you're copping out. And why this discussion is here is because you don't know why you're here.
Why. Yeah, exactly.
Why are you here?
Yeah.
And that's what you need locked in.
When you compare running another 50 miles back or just go home, get a massage and go to bed, I mean, that seemed a lot nicer. But when you completely remove that and you understand your why, you understand your purpose, your belonging at that particular time, yes, like it shows the power of your own self-belief and what you can push yourself through. So I think, like if you're to tell anyone who's wanting to achieve anything, it's make sure your intentions, your reasoning behind it, your why, your purpose is correct. And that's probably the first hurdle. Yeah.
Well, that's as good a place to finish off as you're going to get.
Don't do it for anyone else apart from yourself.
The what?
Don't do it for anyone else apart from yourself.
Nah, you need, well, if you can't do it, if you're going to do it for, how can you do something for somebody else if you can't even do something for yourself?
For yourself, exactly.
Right, it's not one or the other, you can do both. Yeah. And you know what's really powerful? See if you can do it for you. And you've got that power, you've built up that resilience, you've built up that reason why. And then you can start going, hey, I'm going to do this for somebody else. Who's going to stop you?
Exactly.
See the power of setting an intention and now making that part of your life and visualizing that that's going to be who you want to be.